Hello there and welcome back to Build with the Boys. It's been entirely too long since we built something. I am chomping at the bit. But thanks to our friends at Rolife who've decided they're going to strike all over Christmas to ruin it for all of us, we don't have anything to build. However, our friends at Amazon are still delivering and we have got the Rolife Secret Garden Dark Castle Theatre Box. Now, I've been wanting to build one of these for ages, but there was never the right time. But again, thanks to Postman Pat throwing his toys at the pram, now is the perfect time. My advice to you would be, I've wanted to build this for ages, but the price was never right. Now, I looked around and I got this one for £9 and I thought that's perfect. Now, if you've seen any of the wooden book nooks that I've built, and fancied to go at it, but thought maybe, oh, I don't know if I want to start that, these are perfect. These are little. It's the same sort of theory as a book nook. It's just much smaller. There's a very cute thing that can sit on your desk or your night table, whatever it is. They light up, so it kicks off from where it's like a night light. Very cute, really cute. And I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be a fun little build. And I'm chomping at the bit to build something. And I just want to say, look, Royal Mail workers, if it was up to me and I could give you a pay rise, I wouldn't. But anyway, without further ado, let's get into the Dark Castle Theatre Box and let's get this one built. So what's in the box? Well, we open up a box and you get literally everything with this one that you can need, which again, it's a perfect one for beginners. So we got a very simple battery unit. You need CR32 button cell batteries to light this one up. Simple enough. No wiring involved. Again, good for beginners. We get our box of gubbins. Now, you get everything in here. So you get tweezers, screwdriver, you got the little bits and pieces. What's really unique is you get silver pen in here. So this is a metallic pen, so you can put silver detail on some of the finish, which is lovely. Get our instruction manual. Get your glue as well. We get the laminate for the front, like a glass cover. We have our wooden parts there. And we have our cutouts there. It's great. For a beginner, this is fantastic. You get everything you need. Like I said, it's £9 for this. It's nothing. Let's get this open. Let's get this built. So the first thing we're doing is building this little crate that's going to go as part of the scenery. We've got our pieces here. Now, I've glued these pieces on here, 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 and here to make our crate. I've also, with a black pen, highlighted the fright on here. Let's see if we can get that close up on that one. Not really, but there you go, fright. But they do give you, which is actually remarkable because very rarely do you get this in anything. They give you this this silver highlighter, and what this is for is this to add some embellishment to this. So we have here little screws on the side of the box. So with our silver pen, we're going to put those metal screws on, just there. Another one there, and another one there, and there we go. We got our silver screws. So I'm going to add those here, 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 and here, and then this entire length here is silver, and then we have some corner caps that I'm going to do there. So I'm going to get those done, and we'll take a look. So there is our spooky little chest built. So we've got a little there, got our chain. Let's go hand our raven. It's a nice, cute little build, and it's gonna really make this thing pop. Just these little embellishments are really what make these things come to life. Now let's get on with building the actual theatre box itself. Okay, so we've glued this piece over here over the base panel, and we've took our craft knife and just made sure the holes of here thread through to the bottom and line up with those. Next thing we're going to do is take this piece here, and we are going to take this piece here. This should slot into here. Now, you can glue this, but this is that snug. I don't think you need to. But just be careful when you put in these things. You don't want to snap anything. But that is very snug. I mean, there is no real reason to glue that. You could if you wanted to, but you don't need to, is what I'm telling you. Okay, now this piece is going to fit onto there. Just line that up. I think probably would have been easier to put the bottom on first, but oh well. We don't like to do things by halves here. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be lining up very well. Okay, let's get up close and personal. Let's see what I'm doing wrong. So that's this piece complete. I haven't done anything wrong. It's just really snug. You don't need glue at all for this part. It's crazy snug, but that's reassuring. Now, we're moving on to this back panel. We are going to glue this piece of card to the back panel, but you will see I've left this whole space glue free. Now the reason for that is we're going to use this panel here to hide the wires. So once this is glued in place, we can still bend back this part to hide the wires from our light switch. So this is quite simply, now we've got that glued up, just going to slot over there. And we're going to line that up, make sure our tabs are all free and clear. Smooth that down and we're going to let it dry. And then move on. Okay, so what we've done now is we've took the elements, they're kind of like a very thin wood, almost a thick card if you like, and just added them to this. There are slots in the bottom, these just slot straight into it. You do have to, I mean, we glue this sign to the gate, we glue the ghost to the tree, but that's it, and that's, I mean, wow, already, it's looking really nice, it really is. Yeah, it's looking really good. So that's how we're looking at this stage. It's time to start building up the sides now, so let's move on. So here are our side panels. I'll put these together now. Again, it's just one piece. It's pushed to fit. I mean, it wouldn't kill you to put some glue in there. And then we have these embellishments that go on. So the tree here. Now there is a mistake in the instructions. The instructions tell you to put this all the way back here on one of the diagrams. On the other diagrams, it tells you to put it here. Makes more sense to go there. So using the little markers along here, you basically go 3 in from the front for this one. And then this one over here, you can see we have the spider web and the tree branch. Again, just using the markers, you go in 4, 1 gap, and that one's in. And that's it. Now we're going to start adding these. So we're going to add one side to it first. I believe then the top goes on, and then the other side. So there's our top over here, which we have glued our light to. Again, if light and electrics bother you, this is easy. I mean, there's no wiring of electrics, anything like that. It's a self-contained battery box. The light's already wired up. There's nothing complicated about this at all. This is a very nice one. It's a very good one for beginners, I think. Okay, so we've attached the one side here. Again, you don't need glue for this. This is so snug, you just don't need it. What we're going to do next is we're going to install the top. Now, we didn't glue this side completely down, and that's key here, because what we're going to do is we're going to thread the wire behind the backdrop and pull down like that. So we can get this in nicely with the wire pulled all the way down, and we can tuck it behind this backdrop. So all the way down there, all the way down, all the way down, all the way down. And then we're going to slot our battery box into this little groove here, which sounds easier said than done. Oh, we need to open this first. So we're going to open this section first, slot our battery box in, and then we should be good to go. I really don't want to break this. I'm going to do this off camera. So there we are, that's done, and you can see the wire disguise is quite lovely there. So I mean, it's all our battery box is in there now. It's covered over by a panel here, so we basically pull this out so we can access the switch to turn it on. And that's how we're looking. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to install the third wall, which is going to slot in here like so. Now, I don't think I can do this on camera, so I've got to keep picking it up and holding it in front of my face because I need to level it up properly, but I'll do as much as I can for you here. As you can see, my massive hands covering it all up. But you can see, it just, once you line it up, it just slots in. So it's wood as well, so it's malleable. So for getting these things to fit, it's just a bit of a wiggle and a bit of a squeeze, and then it'll all fit together. But I'll get that fitted properly, and then we'll take a look. So then we have our box pretty much complete. I mean, because what we're going to do now is we're going to embellish this. So we have a little drawer that's going to go in here. You can put little keepsakes and knickknacks in. We have an outer frame that's got to go on here. And we have, as it's a theatre box, curtains, which we're going to make now, and then we're going to install. Okay, so taking our 2 curtains here, and we take our top piece here. All we're going to do is we're going to attach these two. So just with a little glue, you're not going to go mental on this at all, because it will hold. We're just going to line these up. So taking that part there to this part here, let's get rid of the excess. Just make it nice and straight. So that's one side. Let's flip this one over. You pop a little glue along here. Take our next one. And attach that. And again, make it as nice and straight as possible. And there is our curtain piece. Really is that simple. We're going to allow that to dry and then we're going to install it. So there we have our curtain installed. You can see we've got our spider web up here as well, and that's looking quite lovely. The next thing we're going to do is we are going to build the drawer that slots into the bottom. Now this is fairly straightforward. So we got this piece here, this one here, and our side pieces. So I'm going to pop that together. And then we're going to screw a handle in place. So I'll put this together first, and then I'll come back and I'll show you how we attach the handle. So there's our little drawer assembled. Now, you'll see on the one side of it, you do have two holes, which are here and here. We're going to take our front piece here, and that's going to sit over there. And what we're going to do is we're going to screw our drawer handle, this rather lovely ornate piece here, is going to screw to here and then ultimately to here. Now that's not going to be the easiest thing to line up, but let's have a go. There we go. So let's get one in. He says, yeah, this isn't going to be simple because these screws look too massive for these little holes. Let's see what we can and can't do here. These screws seem like they should be pointed, and they're not. They're flat-headed screws. Okay, so we're not going to go all the way through. We're just going to get that in and held. And I'm going to do the same on the other side as well, because it's going to make this lining this piece up and screw it in a lot easier if this thing is kind of held in place. Let's turn that one around there. Line that one up. Gentle is the order of the day here. Oh god. Yeah, these really should be pointed tipped screws, and they're not. They're flat-headed screws, which is weird to screw into wood. So we're going to get it so they're just nubbing at the back, if you can see that. So when we try to put this on, it should line up and fit into place, and that will make this part a lot easier. Famous last words. There we go. Now I can feel that just fell into the grooves. So it should just be a case of twisting that one there, and twisting that one there. And now our drawer is complete. And we can bring our theatre box over. And then we have our drawer in place. Excellent. Okay, now we need to put the frame on. So you can see I've prepared the outer edge here with glue for our frame piece here. We're just going to slot over the front like so. So let's get that nice and lined up. There we go. Clean this glue off here, or any excess glue. Starting to look really nice, right? Starting to look really nice. There we are. Okay, so now we're going to create the window. There is a window that goes on here and embellishment on top. So let's get the parts ready for that. So we've assembled our screen here. Now what we did first was I'm trying to pick this up. We assembled this top piece. We've added our bats and our tree branch. Now if I flip this one over, you'll see there's a back piece there. And that's how this sort of should all line up. So that part is now complete. We just need to install this. Now it's just to slot in. We don't need to glue this in place. It just slots in. But we are pretty much done, because the other things that we have done is we have now added the chest, and we've glued that in place. We've added the bushes here. We've added this very cute little skull And we also added this little crown. I don't know if you can see that or not. We'll have a proper look when the lights, there we go. So this little crown here, the skull there, these little embellishments is looking really rather lovely. It really is. So now all we need to do is slot this piece in place. Now I haven't done this yet, so if this isn't going to work, you're going to see when I see that this doesn't fit. I hope it does. But this should just be a case of slotting this behind there and dropping it down. And that's in place. Now we have a couple of embellishments left to go on, but then we are done. And there we have our Night Spectre Dark Castle theatre box complete. And really rather lovely it is too. We've added our last couple of embellishments here. We have the Dark Castle logo and our bat there. Now all there is left to do is to switch this on and see how it lights. And there we are. And that really does kick off a lot of light. Wow. How gorgeous is that? This is a beautiful thing. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous little thing. And as I said, if you have wanted to do a book nook but weren't confident enough, this is a great starter to do that, because it's got all the elements of building one of the Rolife book nooks without the complexity of it. But it gets you, it's a good introduction. This is gorgeous. I absolutely love this. I think this thing is beautiful. I really do. Let's have a chat. So that's it. That's the book. That's the theatre box complete. And what a beautiful little thing it is. This is gorgeous. This is absolutely gorgeous. I love this. I mean, just see the detail in this thing. It's insane, and the light works beautifully for it. And as I said, if you're tempted by Book Nook, but you're not confident enough to go for one, go for one of these. Go for one of these. Seriously, it's all the principles there. You don't have to wire any lights. It's just literally a case of putting the batteries in, tucking the wires away, and that's it. So you don't have to wire anything up. It's a good intro to book nooks if you're going to do that. It's a really nice little build. There are 4 of these available. I'll be honest with you, the other 3 don't really appeal to me. I like this one. It's a little bit gothic. It's a little bit spooky. I like that. The other ones are very, very fairy tale, chintzy. Because Rolife, believe it or not everyone knows this, do dolls. You can get dolls. They do like blind bag dolls that go with these sets, and will also go with the little rooms that you build. The dolls are the size for it. They're very kind of anime, manga-ish looking kind of things. Ghibli, that sort of thing. They're not for me. I just like the boxes as they are, but I know some people are all about these dolls. I'm not. But that's a lovely thing. Now, I paid £9.80 for that. I got an absolute steal on it because there was like a 60% discount code on Amazon. Jumped on it and got it. And for me, that's the money. I'd say if you can get this for between 10 and 20 quid, you're all right. I'd say you're okay. I wouldn't go up as high as 20, 15 quid, around about that mark. If you can get it for that, go for it. Any higher than that, you might as well go for a book nook. You just might as well, because as gorgeous as it is, this is a lovely little thing. I'm happy with what I paid for it. If I'd have paid 30 quid for this, I wouldn't have been impressed. I can't see the money. So shop around. Keep an eye on them, because as I said, on Amazon, a lot of the time you get vouchers pop up that will give you 30, 40, 50, sometimes 60% off, which is massive reductions on these. It really is. So just keep an eye on it. When you see it, you got to jump on it, and that's the way it is. But gorgeous little thing, and it's so nice to be building something after the drought that we've had with Royal Mail. It's gorgeous too. I do have another Rolife build that will be coming up very soon. It is a music box, and I've built loads of music boxes over the lockdown. Me and the kids, we built loads of them, and we would send them to people as gifts that we were kind of missing through lockdown. So a lot of our nieces and nephews and aunts and uncles got music boxes. That's what we did. It's part of the roots of building with the boys. We'd retire into our little room, we build gifts and send them all over but we never kept one. So we don't have any of the music boxes. So we bought one specifically to keep. So we're going to be putting that together. Gorgeous little thing. Stay tuned for that. If you haven't yet, please remember to like and subscribe. In a world where you can be anything at all, just be nice, and we will be back very soon for more Rolife, more models, more chat, and more Christmas shenanigans on the channel. Again, in a world where you can be anything at all, just be nice, and that is wildly important at the moment with the way things are. Just be nice, and we will catch you on the next one.